Hello, I'm Doc Hall, and I'd like to talk just a few minutes about the clash between nature's business model and the business models that people who've been around business know and maybe don't love. At least they have a love-hate relationship with it because a lot of defects are well recognized in the business world. Most of those defects are related to social issues, what's fair, not fair among us. More serious, in my mind, is the clash between business and nature's business model. So roughly, what's that? Well, nature wants to maximize the biomass that it can put in a given area, given soil conditions and climate and everything else. And so you'll see, weeds or grass growing out of a crack in the sidewalk. Some of what nature wants to do we'd call weeds. We want to get rid of it. But if we're going to let nature do its thing, we've got to find some way to reconcile this, because we are slowly by little wrecking the nature on which we depend. Now, why? Well, our business model leads us to do a lot of that. In Scientific American, I just noticed over the weekend, had a little case of the mining company Rio Tinto with an ilmenite find in a very ecologically dense, diverse part of Madagascar. And beginning 35 years ago, they set up a committee to help them do this with, they called it, I think, net positive impact. Meaning they would leave the place as good or better than they found it. It turned out not to work out. Why? Well, it was kind of coming along with difficulty until the recession of 2008. Prices of titanium dioxide, that's the stuff that comes out of the ilmenite, dropped. They're under profit pressure. They had to adjust their objectives for practical reasons. That's how they would phrase it. That's business logic. And so what they have now is kind of a mess, and they're trying to figure out how they can kind of get back on track environmentally. But now it's a big remediation deal. It's going to cost some money. That really illustrates the clash. And so why? Well, because when under profit pressure, or however you want to phrase it, a company wants to increase its revenue or decrease its cost, and that means it has to disregard some environmental imperatives. We'd call them environmental imperatives. A new model has to involve something like compression thinking, recognizing much more of what we do physically than any monetized model of it. Then we can begin to get a little closer to the reality of what we really do and what we do with or to nature. I'm not smart enough to figure all that out. I hope you'll help me. So we're going to be discussing a lot of ramifications of these kinds of things in a series of podcasts we're coming up with, and those will be followed by teleconferences in which you can participate. And we'd like to get your idea, not on complaining about it, we've done enough of that. What can we do about it? And this is a tough issue, because there's no question we got to change our thinking very deeply. And so we're going to have a little trial at this Tuesday evening after this newsletter comes out. And so we hope you'll join us, and we'll kind of see how this kind of thing might go. So hope you join us then.